Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Time to take that walk and go see what's in the fridge today. Hello everybody, look at this great big corked and caged 750 milliliter bottle. This is the 2015 edition of the Barrel Aged Bigfoot from Sierra Nevada. These guys are out in California. I've done this beer before, but it's been a while back. Beer Advocate clumps them all together. They don't differentiate between batches or years or anything like that. Untapped does. They have the 2015 edition listed. Beer Advocate has it listed as a 12.2, and Untapped for the 2015 has it listed at 11.9. The whole reason you want to differentiate between the years and the batches because the ABV changes. So if you're looking for a specific beer, go to Untapped, where Beer Advocate does not list different batches or years, guys. That's what makes them useless a lot of times. So, and not all, Untapped does not always do that, but most of the time they do. This is the 2015 edition, and right here on there it says ale aged in whiskey barrels, and on the side here it does say that it is 11.9%, not a 12.2%. So, if you want more accurate information, go to Untapped. Beer Advocate does not give you accurate information because they do not say it's a 2014, 2015, 2019. They do not differentiate between them. They just clump them all together like a bunch of zipper heads, and you get a lot of misinformation. So if you want more accurate information, either go to the website from Sierra Nevada or go to Untapped, where most of the time they have each individual year listed in the correct information. So it is what it is it not? Yes. So being a 2015, it's no longer being produced. We don't have a commercial description. On the back of the bottle it says our Bigfoot Barleywine style aged is a craft beer legend. Each winter, this beast of a beer appears to ambush unsuspecting palates with its intense bittersweet flavors. We matured this special barrel aged version in oak Kentucky bourbon cask for nearly a year, a long time, before unleashing it into the wild. The result is an incredibly complex version of the classic beer. Bigfoot's notorious assault of resinous hops has mellowed, and the woods influence shifts your focus towards the malt-rich, burnt sugar flavors and notes of vanilla, toasted coconut, and raisins. Grab this elusive beast while you can. It won't be around long. So, guys, this is an impressive beer. Any barrel-aged beer usually is a little pricey and a little more intense and a little more flavorful in this humble guy's opinion. I do like the barrel-aged version over the regular version, but the regular version is still very, very tasty. I like those barrel-aged notes. Just me. I appreciate those notes. But just like I said, is a 750 milliliter corked and caged bottle. Very pricey beer to buy, especially when they're leaving it in those barrels for almost a year, they say. So you're going to pay for that. So let's get on with this and see what we got. Hopefully I can get the cork out without having to go get the pliers. This is like wax bottles. I don't think corked and caged or wax bottles serve a whole lot, but you know, it's impressive, makes it look more expensive, and they charge you more money. A little bit of pop, not much. Not as much as I was expecting anyway. We're going to go right straight down the center on this one. See what we get. And there we go. We're going to save the other half for the other half. Nice cascading effect on that beer. You can see how it's The bubbles are reinforcing that head. It is a dark brown colored beer. Almost a finger of head on the pour. Very nice looking beer. Very impressive. Looks a lot like the Trappist beers we've done recently. The West Berlin 12. So very murky, dark brown color. To the nose we go. Not getting the super off the chain barrel notes, whiskey, bourbon, roasted malt, caramel, toffee, molasses. Maybe some hint of some dark fruit in there. Don't know exactly when in 2015 they did it. End of 2015, middle of 2015, beginning of 2015. Not getting a lot of vanilla or anything like that on the nose, or coconut. Those flavors and aromas may come out once it warms up, which we will do, as we always do. Smells very impressive though. I mean, if you're looking for something that has huge bourbon notes off the chain, this is not it. But let's find out. Cheers, everybody. Strong bitterness on the back end of this. Very strong bitterness. It's not a very smooth beer to drink. Too much bitterness in my opinion, guys. A little too bitter. It is a strong beer, I will say that. Almost 12%. Alcohol is there. It's not super hidden like a lot of them are. Not giving huge barrel notes on it. And too much bitterness hops to me, guys. They might want to consider doing some kind of lactose or something, make it a little sweeter to drink, easier to drink. I mean, I've drank a lot of beers in my life, and reviewed quite a few of them, over 3,700 now. This is not a smooth beer to drink, but it is an intense beer. Not giving the coconut, not giving the vanilla, not giving a whole lot of barrel aging, whiskey, or bourbon notes. Strong beer, very strong beer. So, a little disappointed, so let me let this warm up, come up room temperature, pour her a glass, and we'll come back and give it a grade. Alright guys, I'm back, Mr. Phil, about an hour now. Tasty beer, but if you're looking for big, huge, barrel-aged notes, not there. If you're looking for vanilla and a lot of the woodiness from the barrels, I'm just not getting that, guys. I think the beers, especially the Bigfoot style, are a little overly bitter to me. In my opinion, they ought to do some lactose in their brewing process to make it a little bit sweeter. But that's just my opinion. I'm not the brewer there. I don't have any control over that at all. There are tastier beers than this to drink for barrel aged and barley wines. It's just my opinion though. Don't base what you're going to buy on what I'm saying. I have had a lot tastier beers than this that are barrel aged in the barley wine series than what these guys at Sierra Nevada are producing in their Bigfoot series. They're decent beers, guys. They are A beers to me, but they're not outstanding or world class in my opinion, and then that is just my opinion. So like I said, don't base what you're going to like or what you're going to drink or what you're going to buy on what this old man is telling you. I'm just giving you my honest, humble opinion. It is a tasty beer. I think it is overly bitter. I think the alcohol is well hidden for a 11 point, almost 12%, 11.9%. I think that's what it's got on this bottle. Where Beer Advocate says it's 12.2, so it changes from year to year or batch to batch. Tasty beer. It is a tasty beer, but not world class. It's my opinion. Final chug. Overly bitter in my opinion. And it is a tasty beer. It's a well-made beer. Alcohol is there. Not super well hidden. And I'm not getting a whole lot of the barrel aging notes. If it's there, it's very subtle, guys. It is just my humble opinion. And they are known for producing bitter beers, guys. Their barley wine and the barrel-aged barley wine are bitter. They are bitter. They are, unless you're accustomed to drinking a bitter beer, this may be overly bitter to you. It is overly bitter to me, guys. I've had smoother, easier drinking beers at this stage of alcohol, 12, around 12%. This one's 11.9, pretty close to 12%. And they have done 12.2% versions of it. It changes sometimes year to year or batch to batch. It's an A beer, but I'm going to give it A minus, 92 from me, guys. Over to Beer Advocate, they say 93. Pretty close there. And over to Untapped, they have it at 4.06. That is in their A minus range. So basically, it's an A minus beer, guys. And it's pretty unanimous there. I think it's overly bitter. And I've said that about 10 times already. So not being redundant. Tasty beer, great final beer of the evening for me, which this one is. But there are better ones out there if you're looking for big bourbon notes or coconut or vanilla or something in that range than what you're going to get from this beer. So, and if you drink it fresh, a 2015 edition, which I have here, it may have more of those notes. I kind of doubt it, but it's my opinion again. And opinions are a lot like assholes. Some people have one, some people have two. So one that outputs and one that inputs. So to me, guys, it's an impressive beer, but not to the A or the A plus category. A minus for me again. And we've given you both the grades from both of the sites, Beer Advocate and Untapped. So if you had the 2015 edition recently, let me know what you think. Until we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.